Hey everybody, today on Hopped Up Beer Review, we're going to be reviewing Punkin Ale by Dogfish Head Brewing Company out of Milton, Delaware. Thanks for joining us. Hey everybody, welcome back to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer we are drinking and reviewing. Be sure to like, subscribe, and cheers that notification bell, as well as check us out on social media. Links are below in the description. Check us out on Discord as well. Come by and say, hey, we'd love to see you there. I've got Jay. I've got Andy in the attic. I am Ben. What are we drinking today, gentlemen?
Punkin Ale from Dogfish Head out of Milton, Delaware. It's a nice pumpkin ale. Brown ale. So let's crack it, and Andy can tell us about it.
I think, Jay, I heard an M in there. I don't think you got the true pumpkin.
I said a pumpkin. Pumpkin.
You know, I mean,
pumpkin.
So I just want to make sure we're getting it right. So
don't make me punky, Ben.
Hey, you got a long way to come to do that. So
not really. It won't take me that long.
All right, fine.
Okay. Hey, we did it. We did it, y'all.
Oh, that's weird.
Did we get the trifecta?
Yeah.
Look at that. That's weird.
All right.
I'm proud of y'all.
This only happens once every blue moon or every pumpkin ale.
We haven't reviewed that one.
Exactly. So
Jay, wow.
Jay has gone white.
The visitors have finally gotten to you.
No.
You're going to be sucked up into the mothership anytime.
You and the cows.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Moo those spices.
Indeed.
Did you say moo the spices?
Maybe I did. Ooh.
Wow.
How about that? There's a little
bit of spice kick there, huh?
Yeah. Well, this is not our first Dogfish Head, so if y'all are curious to learn more about Dogfish Head Brewery, go check out our 90-minute IPA. I believe it's a Wall of Famer for us.
Link below, above, somewhere.
I mean,
left, right.
Spoiler alert, right? Just ruined it. I mean, they're going to go into it now. Knowing,
first of all, they were going to follow the link. Second of all, that they would care.
I mean, third of all, they've already watched it. They already know, you know.
So, Dogfish Head started in 1995. Remember that? This one's 7% and 28 IBUs. So it's a pumpkin / yam beer. It's a type of brown ale. It's made with pumpkin, brown spices, or brown sugar, and spices. Now, if y'all can read, it doesn't say pumpkin, it says punkin. And there's a reason for that. It is named after this extravaganza in Delaware called Punkin Chunkin. And
not Punky Brewster?
No. Punkin Ale debuted in 1994. So we said that Dogfish Head opened in 1995. Well, you know, the guys, they were brewing beer prior to opening up. And they debuted the Punkin Ale in 1994 in a contest at the Punkin Chunkin beer contest or recipe contest, and they won first prize.
Oh.
And 6 months later, they opened the business. So every September 1st, it's released, their Punkin Ale.
And they've kept the recipe the same?
They didn't divulge those secrets, but I went and looked up a little bit about the Punkin Chunkin extravaganza in Delaware, and it's multiple categories of how you are to project a pumpkin and how far it's to travel. So you can have traditional mechanical, you can have explosives to project it. You can use, pneumatics and all, but these things go far. We're talking thousands of feet. So it's pretty cool.
And they obviously have beer at this festival. So, how does life get any cooler? You've got beer and you've got projectiles.
Yeah. Launching pumpkins.
Yeah. That sounds pretty awesome. In fact,
reminds me of two other things that were similar. The mullet toss.
Yeah. Floribama,
yeah. But this is an interesting festival. It might be one that we have to sign up for. A little road trip. Is that fit into the Hopped Up Beer Review budget, Ben?
That's a check with corporate. That's not me. So we'll have to check on that. When is the festival? Is it? You said it's released on September 1st. Is it?
Well, the beer is released on September 1st traditionally now, but you got to get pumpkins out there. So it's going to be the fall time. So pumpkins got to grow. They grow summer into the fall. So it's a fall festival, and it looked like it was in a field that was already been cultivated or harvested and mowed down. So I will say when I see the display or the picture you put up there of pumpkin ale, and it's a little different from our bottle, and I think this year's is even different from last year's, because last year's had a picture of somebody with a person with a pumpkin on their head. So I think they change it year after year.
I think so. I found a lot of options, and obviously when I go through and I pull the graphic that we're gonna use for our video here, I want to get one that actually is. I try to get the one that we have is first, and to that also try to get one, because it's going to be such a small size that it's not too pixelated, so it looks crisp. I couldn't find really the one that we have on our bottle, and this was the one that looked I just thought was kind of cool, so that was the one I grabbed. But yeah, I remember the one from last year where it's almost like Ichabod Crane, kind of
headless horseman.
Kind of yep, headless horseman.
Ichabod,
not Ichabod Crane. Yes,
yeah,
headless horseman.
Come on, know your literature, man.
Gosh, sorry.
I like this one though. It's got the one we have here for the show. You got the band with the DFH on the drummer.
Yeah,
cool.
That was cool. Yeah. So yeah, the one this year looks almost like a rotting pumpkin, yet it has candles in it. And I know you kind of show this a little bit, Andy, but it's just a.
Oh yeah, candles coming out the top.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm sure that they employ an artist or get some artist to do it for them.
I'm assuming they're putting cinnamon, because there's some cinnamon sticks kicking out of those sunflowers.
I can definitely taste the cinnamon. And I couldn't imagine having a pumpkin beer without cinnamon in it to some degree. It seems like all of them, the ones that I've had, have that. So.
Well, I'm assuming all of us have had these, right?
I've had this for sure. Yes.
Yeah. And I know they usually might be a little tweaks year to year, but traditionally it's the same. So.
Yeah. Jay, you've had this one?
I think I have, but I haven't logged it. So I've always been a Dogfish Head fan. That's one of my favorite craft breweries.
Well, if you can't prove it, step up to the plate, sir.
I'd be happy to. It's a great offering of a pumpkin beer. It has the pumpkin and the spices and everything else. It's getting to be that time of year where it's cold outside. I had to actually shut the window last night because we had the cold front come through. So, but it's got great flavor, crisp, and time for the fall. I think I probably rated a 7.5.
Andy, what you think?
What I say we've done another pumpkin beer prior to this one, and I claim to be kind of like an every beer kind of guy. I like all the ranges. Pumpkin, I'll drink them, but for some reason they're just not high on my list to have. And so, and I can't explain why, because I like pumpkin, but just the combination of it and the spices in the beer just is like low on my preferences. But that said, of the pumpkins that I've had, this one is one of the better ones. So it gets a more favorable score. So I'll give it a 7.0.
I'm like you, Andy. I think that, a lot of things are commercialized and there's too much pumpkin spice across the board when we get to the fall. I just kind of turns me off. But
Let's just stop you there. Don't say any more about my pumpkin spice stuff. I'm just talking about beer. Let's keep it civil.
Surprised you didn't wear your pumpkin spice shirt.
Do I have to
Personally,
admonish you?
I'm just that was more of a compliment. And
Let's keep
it
it
back in a backhanded way.
Keep it to beer, y'all.
I hit a nerve.
I don't know. What the hell? I'm just trying to make lemonade out of lemons here.
Yeah. I think that of the different beer types, if you're out there, you're try to keep your finger on the pulse of the beer community, right? You're in forums and groups and whatever. It's always funny to me when this time of year rolls around and pumpkin beer starts coming out. You see all the memes that are people saying, "Oh no, it's pumpkin beer time again," and then you see the other half where people are like, "I love it when it's pumpkin beer time." So I can't say that I've seen any other kind of type of beer that is so almost divided, where people kind of, I don't want to say they either love them or they hate them, but kind of to Andy's point, Andy, I don't know that you're going out and buying pumpkin beer unless it's to review for the show. I mean, maybe you are, but I assume you're not.
Throwing yams.
Well, just like you say, I'll try something new.
Sure.
And even if it's the first time, even if it's a pumpkin, I'll be like, I haven't had it. Let me give it a shot. And then I remind them, like, it's just a pumpkin beer. And, but, it's something to log. Maybe I'll get a badge out of it. Yeah. So that's how I always treated it.
Right. Where I'm like, hey, pumpkin beer. Let me go get some pumpkin beer. Now, I'll say, I was telling actually somebody this the other day. There are pumpkin beers that I really, really, really like. And there are pumpkin beers, I mean, just like anything, that I could, be happy to never have again. I mean, and I think it has its own range in there. So if I was somebody that got one of those pumpkin beers that I didn't like, and that was my only pumpkin beer I'd ever had, I can understand not liking a pumpkin beer. On the flip side, I really like pumpkin beer. So,
so confused now.
Which is where I wanted you to be.
Yeah.
Where I bring this all the way back and say that I think this is a really good pumpkin beer. You love them, you hate them. You're probably one way or the other. But of the pumpkins, this one's really good. It's really balanced. If you are on the fence about pumpkin beers, kind of like Andy said, this is a good one to have. It's not too strong pumpkin. The spices aren't too terribly strong for the style. So I think it's really, really good. It's a really good kind of meet you in the middle kind of pumpkin beer. If you haven't had a pumpkin beer, go find this one, give it a shot. I'm going to give it an 8. I think it's good.
Oh, wow. Decent score. I'm just, after we've just gotten through Oktoberfest season, that's what we're looking for. And then it's just like, pumpkin beer season. It's like,
That's why it's the best time of year for beer, because it's Oktoberfest, and then you hit the pumpkins. No, I like the Oktoberfest better. That's a joke. I like the Oktoberfest, show, man. I definitely like the Oktoberfest more than the pumpkins, but I'm always happy to see the pumpkins come back around. I think that it just like the Oktoberfest, and we explained why you don't see them year round. But I mean, just go ahead and release it year round. I mean, come on. You know they got all the ingredients to make this stuff year round. I mean, come on.
You know, we're going to release them year round.
Yeah, exactly. This
Yeah.
video right now is probably airing in March. So
Yeah.
all right, that will give us a 7.5 for the Punkin Ale from Dogfish Head Brewing Company out of Milton, Delaware. Hey, it's the greatest time of year for beer. Definitely go out and grab yourself one of these bad boys. You will not be sorry. At least that's my opinion. These other two guys probably could, take or leave pumpkin beer. But hey, you like pumpkin beer? This is definitely one you should be trying. You should be able to find it. So go out there and grab it. Let us know what you think. Right, guys? All right. Be sure to like, subscribe, and cheers that notification bell. And check us out on social media. Links are below in the description. For Jay, Andy in the attic, I am Ben. Cheers, mates.
Cheers,
Cheers,
mates.
mates. Here's to our glass.
Check it out. Golly, looks just dramatic. It's so great.
Can I stop it now?